Okay, so as usual, let's first start off with the deck. The deck is made up of 2 layers of fiberglass and 6 layers of Canadian maple. Now, just like their entire Balrog lineup, it has perfect flex in my opinion. It has that absorbing flex just like the GTR, which is my personal favorite type of flex. Now, when you combine that with my favorite type of concave, just like the Answer / my DIY has, it makes a perfect kind of deck. So not only does it have that perfect flex and concave, but it's also not that large. When it's not large, it keeps you in control. I mean, you have maximum control, you have the great riding experience. I've been riding so many kicktails and big boards, it's a breath of fresh air to finally whip around a proper, flexible longboard. As for the wheels, the Balrog ZS is utilizing Hota 6-inch aired pneumatic tires. Now, I've been saying this for a long time. Between these and the Evolve Surge 6-inch tires, both of them are my absolute go-to tires. I did an in-depth video on both of these tires. That's how much I love them. They're not too big, not too small. They hold very good grip during carving. They're good off-roading. Some 6-inch tires have a real flat contact patch that takes away a little bit of the control and also hardens the ride feel underneath your feet. The Hota tires don't compromise anywhere in my opinion. So the 6-inch Hotas on this board is a perfect matchup. You got maximum comfort, great grip, good clearance, and it can definitely do some off-roading. As for the trucks, the B1 Balrog ZS is utilizing the same traditional Kingpin trucks that I loved for all their other Balrogs and their Titan X. Now, the rear truck is a tad bit different given it's a direct drive, so the entire truck is covered with the motors, but in my opinion, the Balrog and the Titan X have the best traditional Kingpin trucks from any production board on the market. They're not too wide, they're not too narrow, they have perfect amount of resistance and carve in my opinion, even with their stock bushings. I truly like these trucks so much, I ordered a separate set just in case there's a board that I don't particularly like the stock trucks. So if you have a board right now that you really enjoy, but you don't particularly love the current trucks, check out B1. Not only do they have these traditional Kingpin trucks that I personally love, but if you want a wider set with a thicker axle that's 10 millimeters, they also have that as well. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but the simplicity of their trucks just really make them great. Now, the front trucks come in with built-in lights. You can't control this light from the remote. There's a little button right there, so you got to turn it on and off to engage the lights. I really like how neatly they're mounted. The trucks do not hit the light assembly when carving, and I would say the brightness is similar to the Shred lights. It's definitely no car headlights, but it's definitely worth having when you're riding at night. It also comes standard with the rear tail light that acts as a brake light as well. So as long as you double click the power button, you will turn on your rear tail lights. The lights are noticeable during the daylight as well, so it's a good thing knowing you don't have to buy Shred lights on top of purchasing a new board. And if you engage the brakes, you'll see the rear taillight blinking, notifying the riders and drivers behind you that you are braking. As for the remote, hold down the power button, it'll turn on and off the board just with the click of a button. The screen has all the data you need. It has a battery meter for your board, a battery meter for your remote, your total speed, your total miles, your trip miles, your brake levels, the arrow to indicate you're in reverse or going forward. And then if you click the bottom button 5 times, that allows you to easily change it from kilometers per hour to miles per hour or vice versa. You can also change your brake levels from 0 to 100. I suggest keeping it at 100. And then if you click that same button 8 times, that gives you a back screen menu. In that back screen menu, it allows you to total customize the board's performance, whether you want to tame it a little bit or increase the power, or changing every individual mode to your liking. As to the motors, these are 2 1800 watt direct drive motors. Now with direct drive motors, they're usually a little bit tamed with power, but they're whisper quiet, basically maintenance free, easy to roll around, very easy to commute with, and they're very stealthy. So no belt snapping, no pebbles caught in any of the motor pulleys, and no motor mounts getting in the way of you traveling and commuting with the board. As for the ESC, the Balrog ZS is utilizing that new customized Jessen ESC. Supposedly, this is one of the higher ups of the original Hobbywing ESC. Reliable, predictable, smooth, same as any other Hobbywing, which is a good thing. Okay guys, here we go. Giant hill test. I'm gonna have to ride in between these construction cars and the cop car up there. Balrog ZS direct drive. 1 bar gone, so it's not exactly a full battery. I'm assuming it's gonna probably do about 15, maybe 14 miles per hour up this hill. S plus mode. Let's see how she does.
Okay, I would say borderline struggled, but still got up it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't fly up it, and it wasn't dramatically slow, but it didn't crush the hill by any means. Let's check the rider app. Yeah, 14.3 miles per hour up the hill. And that's a very big and steep hill. So if you have hills, it'll get up it. Just don't expect it to fly up it. Okay, guys, acceleration test on the BALROG ZS. On S Plus mode, I think it's all the way up in the settings, so it'll get maximum acceleration. 1, 2, 3, go. So no, the board is not a powerhouse, but it's direct drive. Direct drive isn't really made to be that powerful, so don't expect all kinds of crazy power, especially under $1,000. Can the acceleration be a little bit better? Sure, I think so, but it's still fine. Okay, brake test at 15 miles per hour. The brake is all the way up, turned to 100. 1, 2, 3, brake. Now that's where I think improvements can be made, the brakes. The brakes are turned all the way up and it's still pretty weak brakes. Is it terrible? No, but it definitely needs improvement.
As for the battery, the ZS is utilizing a 12S 3P 15 amp hour 666 watt hour battery. It's really well put together. I think that foam gasket has a lot to do with it. Between my original BALROG, my BALROG X, my BALROG S, and this one, I've had zero problems with any of my batteries. As for range, I'm a 160-pound rider, and the 2 days it took to drain the battery was 26 to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So obviously it was very cold conditions. I got a total of 15.5 miles utilizing the BALROG ZS with the all-terrain setup. Now, if you want more range, I'm talking 20 to 40% more range and more power. Check out the 2-in-1 or get the street wheel setup. Okay, so a few things worth mentioning. Towards the very end of my testing, I wasn't able to do the top speed test. Unfortunately, at the very end of my testing, one of my motors went. So I contacted B1, they got back to me the very next day, and then the following day after that, they sent out a new motor. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. Now, their advertised top speed is 33 miles per hour. I believe that's with the street wheel setup, which is 110mm cloud wheel rovers. Now, first off, just because I got a bad motor, that does not mean you will. But say something does go sideways with your B1 board, I'm telling you, B1 has fantastic customer service, especially for a China-based company. On top of the 4 BALROGs I've had and 3 B1 Titans, I've only had one other issue besides this one. So unlike companies like Meepo and X-Way, B1 definitely responds and makes it right. Now the board also comes with ABEC adapter pulleys, which means I could put on any set of cloud wheels, whether you want to go for the original Discoveries, the 110 Rovers, or the brand new flat contact patch Discoveries. We're also working on a Kegel adapter pulley so you can utilize Mad wheels and orangutans. So it's really cool to see this board having so many wheel options. Having a 5 amp charger is clutch for a group ride. That's definitely a great charger for this board. Final thoughts. If you like simplicity, this board is for you. If you like maximum comfort, this board is for you. If you don't like doing any kind of maintenance whatsoever, this board is for you. If you want an electric longboard that doesn't feel like a giant machine underneath your feet, and you want maximum control of the board with being super comfortable and absorbing flex, and has standard lights in the front and the rear, all under $1,000, then this board is for you. Seriously, I've been loving the BALROG series since day one. Now this one just steps it up a notch, especially for the people that don't want belt drive motors, want simplicity, want comfort, and don't want to deal with any kind of maintenance whatsoever. Just between the deck and the trucks together makes me love this board. It is not a high performance board whatsoever, because you certainly do not need a high performance board to shred and have fun. The best way I could describe this board in 3 words is simple, smooth, and comfortable. I've been saying for a long time, B1 is a very, very underrated company in the Eastgate community. They also have a USA warehouse with some boards and some parts, and I really hope to see them at EastgateCon 2025. Feel free to use our discount code EastgateUnity at checkout. Thank you for watching, guys. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Have a good one, guys.